This is the Constitution as adopted in December 1996. It came into force in February of 1997 and was the product of the Constitutional Assembly, which had been established under the interim constitution to adopt a new constitution for South Africa. The Constitution itself is quite a detailed document in the sense that it contains 10 chapters and 7 schedules, and it traverses in some detail the structures of government and the way the framework provided for making laws and for executing laws. It is a very progressive constitution, and its role is really to provide a transition from an apartheid past into a democratic future in which there will be a place for everyone in South Africa, and not just for a few. The key provisions of the Constitution are really its preamble and its Bill of Rights. They are two of the core structures. The preamble itself is important because it draws attention to the past from which we had emerged, and it requires it sets the aspirations for the new political dispensation. The aspirations are that the key provisions here are that the Constitution should heal the divisions of the past and establish a society based on democratic values, social justice, and fundamental human rights. Lay the foundations for a democratic and open society in which government is based on the will of the people and every citizen is equally protected by the law. Improve the quality of life of all citizens and free the potential of each person, and build a united democratic South Africa able to take its rightful place as a sovereign state in the family of nations. It's clear from the preamble that the Constitution is meant to transform our country from the structures which existed under apartheid and the oppressive system which was enforced then, into a democratic and open society in which that it would involve not only a democratic electoral system and a democratic parliament, but it would also make provision for improving the quality of life of all citizens. That aspiration set in the preamble is reflected in the very first section, formal section of the Constitution, which sets out its founding values. And here too, the founding values identify the structure that has to be in place, that the values which will underpin the Constitution and affect its interpretation and understanding, and which must be given effect to, are these: that they are human dignity, the achievement of equality and the advancement of human rights and freedoms, non-racialism and non-sexism, supremacy of the Constitution and the rule of law, universal adult suffrage, a national common voters' roll, regular elections, and a multi-party system of democratic government to ensure accountability, responsiveness, and openness. And in those values, you can see immediately two core features. First of all, the supremacy of the Constitution and the rule of law. Under apartheid, the white-controlled parliament had been supreme. It could make any law that it liked. It was subject to no constraints whatever. And laws which were discriminatory, racist, and oppressive could be put in place and were put in place, and courts enforced them. Now the Constitution was going to be supreme, which meant that Parliament's powers would be limited by the Constitution, and that Parliament could only do what the Constitution permitted it to do, and could not do what the Constitution prohibited it from doing. The courts were given